Shopping with Dad by Matt Harvey and Miriam Latimer. My mom made us a list and she gave it to us, to me and my dad, and we went to the bus. We got off the bus at the stop by the shop. Dad found us a cart and then, whoosh, we were off. Dad gave me the list and the pencil to hold, and he said, "If you're good, you can do as you're told. You can cross off the things from the list, as, hey, wait, I'm already started." So he was too late. That was silly, he said. Now it's quite hard to read. This list tells me all the things we need. We read it and laughed and said, "Listen to this. Your mom put some very strange things on the list. Weather bread, danger jam, evergreen eggs, octopus underpants, spider legs, well-behaved daughter water, extra clean germs, strong anti-grump pills, and a bucket of worms." I laughed and said, "Does it have to be normal things too?" "It does," said my dad. "Now here's what we'll do." But I didn't listen because I was excited. Because mommy was funny and I was delighted. So I ran and 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 bumped into a man who was stacking up cans at the end of the aisle, who said, "Whoa there, steady." And he gave me a smile. I said, "I am very sorry. I thought this was best because I knew that my dad was getting quite stressed." And he was, he said. "Stop!" he said. "Give it a rest." So I stopped, and I stopped, and I sat, and I stopped. I sat there nonstop. I stopped there and sat. And I didn't starting at all. In fact, I sat till I couldn't be still any more. I was sitting so still, it was making me sore. It was making me feel that I couldn't quite breathe. It was making me sweat. It was making me sneeze. And the sneezing feeling, it built up inside, and I just couldn't stop it. I tried and I tried. I tried every non-sneezing thing I could do, but it's just choo! That sneeze was fantastic. It made my dad jump, and his jump gave the woman beside him a bump, and she went, "Oh!" and swung around in alarm, and her bag hit a woman who jogged a man's arm. He nudged a lady who knocked someone else, and the knock got passed down to the end of the shelf. To the last person bashed the big stack the man built, which jutted and jingled and started to tilt. And the man who had been stacking turned slowly around to see his work fall smashing crash to the ground. Smash, bang, bong, crashing, wallop, clunk, clog to the floor. And everyone gasped. And one woman swore, "Mercy!" Then a loud, angry voice said, "What's happening here?" And I thought, uh-oh. And my dad said, "Oh dear, it was him." "No, it wasn't," I said. "That's not fair." She pushed me. She shoved me. Did not. It was her. Then the woman my daddy had bumped on the arm, the one who'd gone, "Oh!" and swung around in alarm, she pointed her finger and said it was him. And then they stared at my dad, and my dad scratched his chin, and my dad scratched his nose, and my dad scratched his head. But it wasn't his fault, I said. It was mine. It was me. I sneezed. I sort of exploded, as if I was loaded. And with a big, wet shout. Then my voice faded out. They looked at me hard, so I held on to my dad, who looked 22 proud and a quarter past sad. And he winked at me once, and I looked in his face, and I saw his eye, the hint of a trace of laughter, soft laughter, that couldn't come out. And he said to the man who had started to shout, "Shh!" And he said to the people who gave us hard looks, with a very slight shrug of his shoulders, "Oops. Sudden accidents happen. It's always a shame. But when push comes to shove, there's no one to blame." Then my dad got down on his knees in the store, and he started to pick up all of the cans off the floor. The woman knelt too. She said, "Right, you're not wrong." Then everyone joined us. It didn't take long. Dad stood up and stretched and said, "That wasn't hard." So we finished our shopping. He paid with his card. We went home. Mom gave us a hug and a kiss. She said, "Did you get all the things on your list?" Dad told her what happened. He made it sound fun. And she laughed and said, "Very well done." The end.